What is up guys, me Dexter here. In today's video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks about trading. Now of course, I'm not really a pro trader. I've got one torpedo, which is good, but it's not, some of the inventories you do see. Like, invisible. I'm sure he has more. But anyway, I'm going to give you the tips I found in my 4-week trading journey. In the last 4 weeks, I've gone from 2 level 1 hyperchromes. I traded 2 level 1 hyperchromes up to a hyperchrome level 2. Traded a hyperchrome level 2 to gold, and then so on and so on, and I've just been getting more and more limited vehicles, and I've been making huge wins, and I've managed to get to a torpedo. Most of my trading you would have seen on my streams. If any of you are interested and you want to go, oh he's bullshitting, go and look at some of my streams, you'll see I do make some wins. And yeah, yesterday I managed to get up to my dream car, or my goal car really, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. So the first tip is don't overpay for a car you want. And what I mean by this is, they'll know you want the car. So let's say your dream car's a torpedo. If you overpay for it, you can get it cheaper. I didn't overpay for this. I knew I wanted it, but I wasn't going to overpay for it. So I could have added another couple million onto it. I paid about 60 to 61 million for this car, and it's a clean torpedo. They wanted like 65. I just said no. You're not going to get that. They wanted a little bit of an overpay, and that isn't happening. I can find it cheaper somewhere else. And the next one is, don't deal in duped stuff. Unless you're getting it for a price is good, don't do it. Because a lot of people will spot the dupe straight away, depending on the name of the dupe. So there are some really common dupe names, like huge dupers, and people see them on the car, they see the car as high times traded, and they're just going to say, go away. Or they're going to lowball you so bad because they're going to try and make you feel bad for the fact that it's duped, and they're going to go, oh don't worry, I'll rescue you and I'll pay you this, when in reality you know it's duped. So don't deal in duped stuff unless you know what you're doing, you know how to get rid of them, or you're sure that you can make a profit. For instance, one of my first duped trades was an arachnid. It's the Batmobile. I paid something like 28 million for it, and I managed to get rid of it for 32 million within the next 20 minutes. I knew it was a good price, so I got rid of it. So, it really just depends. The next trade is, try and make your vehicle have demand, and what I mean by that is, when someone enters a trade, don't try and add it into the trade straight away. Let them offer for it first. Let them speak to you first, because if you speak first, then it just if you speak first and put it in the trade, then it just looks like you're trying to get rid of it, and then they'll notice that, and they'll try and lowball you for it on the fact that they can see you're trying to get rid of it. So don't act like you're trying to get rid of it. And also, trading does take ages. And what I mean by this is, sometimes you can get lucky, you can trade something away in 10 minutes. Other times, you'll be trading it away for a day. There's been times where I've been trying to trade the same thing away for 6 hours, but you can't give up. So don't give up, and be aware that you're not always going to get what you want for your inventory within 10 minutes. I'm sure you can get what you want. It's the same as a torpedo. What I paid for my torpedo, for a clean torpedo, I'd offered the same offer to 25 other people with the torpedo, and they all said no, and they said good luck finding that, and I managed to find it for what I wanted to pay for it. Trading is also heavily luck involved and skill involved. So sometimes you can get lucky, you can get it for a price you want. For instance, as I said, you can trade something away in 5 minutes sometimes for the price you want. But also, don't take lowballs. It doesn't matter if you've been trading for 20 hours to try and get rid of something. If it's a lowball, don't do it. It's like the torpedo. I know in the event that I want to trade this away, I am going to get lowballed for 2 days straight. I know that no one is going to want it for the first 2 days, and I know I'm going to be in this trading area a lot, trying to get rid of it. But I'm not going to take a lowball. I'm prepared for the fact that I'll be in here, and the way you look at it is, if you're trading a vehicle away that's worth a couple $1 million, if you take a lowball, that's a few $1 million lose. So the torpedo, I want to try and get 65 mil for it. I paid 61, I want to get 65. So if I'm in here for the next 3 days, that's fine, because if you were grinding the game, you'd only make about $3 million. I mean, you probably could make more if you're good, but, it's easier just to sit there and wait for offers to come in. So yeah, And the next thing is try and deal in pixels and gold. I know big traders don't like pixel and gold, but medium traders, they do, and they're solid adds to a trade, and you can make profit off pixel and gold. So the first thing you should probably try and do is, and I'm not advocating having hyperchromes, is try and get hyperchromes, and the reason is because they have small value, but you can get them easily. So if you see someone with like $1 million vehicles or a straight up inventory of vehicles you can still buy, try and see what you can get for a hyperchrome. And you know, the first stretch of trading, trying to get your first limited, is difficult. You know, so whether you want to grind the season and try and trade away the season car, or whether you just want to grind the game, get a couple 1 mil cars and then trade the 1 mil cars and overpay a little bit, that's up to you. And what I mean by overpay is cars you can still get. So let's say the Eclair, that's 500k, and then let's say Pixel, that's like 1.5 million or 1.3 million, something like that. You'd probably have to trade 3 Eclairs because you overpay with cars you can still get to get things you can't get. So like the Volt Bike. The Volt Bike is something you very commonly see in a trade. For me personally, if you're going to add a Volt Bike into a trade, let's say I'm giving you something worth $1 million that's rare, I want more than a Volt Bike because you can still get the Volt Bike. So any day if I wanted it, I could easily get it. So you may have to overpay for limited stuff if it's with cars that you can still get. And that's quite normal, you know, you see it all the time. So don't be surprised if you're not able to trade, you know, exactly $1.5 million worth of cars for a limited that's worth 1.5 and they say no. Going back to the duping thing, you can tell if something is duped. I will send you the dupe list in the description. I'll also put how to get into the trading servers in the description. And talking of trading servers, here's the next one. You can pay for trading VIP. This allows you to click this and it takes you into a normal server, and then you can rejoin the trading hub straight away. It is a waste of money. There'll be times where I try and server hop with this 10 times in a row and I still get in the same server. So do not buy trading VIP. It is one of the worst decisions you can make. It's also 400 Robux, which is a really bad price for what you get out of it. If it was like 100, I would have said yeah, 200 maybe, but the price of it is just too much for what you get out of it. So there's a trading link that you can click. It takes you up to the trading servers. You scroll down into servers and you can server hop that way, and you're guaranteed not to get in the same server. And that costs you nothing, you know. So yeah, definitely don't buy trading VIP. And also, just because you have a little gold name doesn't make people accept any faster, as most of the time I found rich people don't tend to have trading VIP. It's always people who are new to trading and trying to get rid of their hyperchromes or $1 million vehicles that buy it because they think it gives them an extra chance. And I'm going to tell you now, it does not give you an extra chance. And the next thing is, people always go, oh, this person's just accepted, and then within the first 10 seconds they've unaccepted. Now, there is a reason for this. You can check their inventory. So let's say I want a macaroon. I would go into here, search up macaroon, and then I'd continuously go down until I find the car I want. That's why sometimes you'll get people trading you and they know what they want straight away. And then other times, people will trade you, they'll look at your inventory, and then they'll scroll down on your cars. Let's say they only want cars or they only want textures. They'll look at your cars and textures within 5 seconds. If you don't have what they want, they'll decline. So if anything, it's just that they're trying not to waste your time and they're trying not to waste their time. They know what they want, you don't have it, that's fine. They're going to go and find it somewhere else. So take that into consideration. It's not that people are trying to annoy you, it's not that people are trying to waste your time. It's just that you don't have what they want. They just wanted to make sure to see who has it, and they do it to everyone. Of course, there are some people that just continuously trade you and decline because they find it funny, but a lot of the time, it's just that you don't have what they want, and that's it. The next thing is beggars. Do not help beggars. I'm not saying don't give them advice. I've helped a lot of people. You know, in my stream, I've managed to help someone go up to a Brulé by giving them advice, telling them what trades to do. But you see someone begging, do not do it unless you're like really set on trying to give away your stuff. Obviously, you can help them. You may want to drop them cash or something, or you want to give them like a grinding vehicle for cheap. That way, they can go and, you know, grind and get money. But if they want a limited car and they don't have the value for it, you still have to hold firm on the fact that just because they beg does not mean they're going to get the grinding car. And beggars are quite a big thing in the trading area, and it is a really big problem. Obviously, it's not as bad as Pet Sim X, where they'll spam trade you. Beggars in this game, you don't even get much of a notification when they trade you, so I don't really notice them, but just don't accept beggars. If they, like, most of the time, if you ask me for a car or a grinding car and you're just a bit under, for as long as you can still get the car and I've got it spare, I'll probably end up giving it to you. So don't beg. That's pretty much it for this video. I mean, there is a few other common sense things, like the value list isn't accurate, so it doesn't matter what value list you use, take it with a pinch of salt. I always go by the general rule of 30%, and what I mean by that is, if you see something on the value list for 10 million, it could be 7 million, it could be 13 million, it could be anywhere in between. So sometimes you'll get something on the value list and it's hugely projected and it isn't worth that much, and sometimes you'll get stuff on the value list that just hasn't gone, that they haven't updated to be a higher price yet. So don't go off the value list. Your best bet is to go in the Discord server, search up the car you want in the trading area or trading help, and then you'll get the general value of what it is recently sold for and what people want for it, because everything goes on demand, and not that many value lists will actually tell you what the demand is. So things like the Volt 4x4, that's really high demand in the past 2 days, but before that it was really low demand. Vanta Black, that's medium demand now. It was really high about a week ago, but now it's gone down to medium demand. Torpedo, that used to be the stupid high demand. Now the demand's gone down a little bit because of how much duping. Yeah, the value list doesn't always say that. So just take stuff with a pinch of salt. Do not rely solely on the value list, as you can lose a lot of money. Most rich traders and stuff, they don't really use the value list. They have a general idea of what the cars are worth, and that's it. Let's see who this is. Look at that. Doesn't have what I want. Straight away looked at the vehicles, and I declined. It's not that I'm being rude. It's just that he doesn't have what I want. I'm not interested. So, yeah. Those are the tips. And once again, don't give up. If you have a goal of something that you want to trade up to that goal. It will take you a while, but that's just the point. You don't get anywhere in life if you don't try. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, as I do challenge videos, and I am going to do trading videos. On my stream I mostly do trading. Like I'll stream for 6 hours and I'll get nothing, and then I'll stream for 1 hour and I'll get a lot. It's just the way the trading works. But anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.